Hey snackers, this is Kareem Iskander.
Hey everyone, Matt DiNapoli here.
Welcome to episode 174 of Snack Minute.
And this week is actually really interesting because learning and certifications in a effort to provide a little more outreach beyond the tech industry have actually decided to offer a new certification that Kareem and I are going to talk about today. Kareem, can you introduce it and then we'll kind of dig into the details?
Yeah, I'm excited to introduce a new CCST certification, our Cisco Certified Support Technician. And it's the code for it is CCST-bake-00401. And it's all around baking.
Yeah, this is what I'm really excited about. I'm surprised because Cisco's not really known for the culinary arts or anything like that. But I saw this and I talked to you about it. It's like kind of an outreach to get people comfortable with Cisco outside of the realm of their, that get them in their comfort zone, which everyone likes baking in some way. You either like to bake or you like to eat baked goods. So I thought this was kind of a great way to introduce people to Cisco in like a softer way.
Exactly.
Can you give me a little bit of a like some background on what the what the blueprint looks like for the certification?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a 90-minute certification exam that you take near a kitchen near you, and basically things that you that are on the blueprint that you need to understand and know. And we have the blueprint out there released. So understanding bread and dough mastery, right? Like how does that work? What's the fermentation level? And introducing that some IoT and connected um, methods that you could monitor all of that. And so this is where the supported technician
Technology
needs to
part
be
is
able,
okay.
all of our kitchens today are connected. You buy an oven, it's smart. So you're being able to provide that support as a technician, but you also understand the use case for baking, right? And so understanding the science behind fermentation, how do you achieve the perfect crust to crumb ratio? Like that,
Yeah, yeah.
that's science in itself.
I mean, I'm a big proponent of Great British Baking Show. And so like the one that I saw in the blueprint was the lamination of the puff pastry. And I know how hard it is to
It's
do
not
the
easy.
fold. And there's, people who are like, well, you cut the butter up and you lay it in, or there's people that shave the butter. And, I think that it's worth exploring for people. The result and being able to monitor it, I think, is genius. In Great British Baking, they just give them like half the time that they actually need and say, hope it works out. And then all of their crust falls.
Right,
So,
exactly.
it's fun to like tie in this real world physical application to the virtual world as well and say, all right, here's the data to back up how I get my lamination right within that crust.
And you can probably say when, if you go into that culinary track, you can proudly say that you're also Cisco certified.
Yeah.
If anything goes down in the network in the kitchen, then you're ready for it, and you also understand all of the baking side of it. So we look at baking efficiency and techniques, things like proper oven calibration and heat management. That's really important on how your cake turns out, your dough turns out, your bread turns out. So it's really important to understand the science behind that. Handling kitchen disasters. What do you do there as a technician? There's your it catches on fire. Do you and it's oil based? Do you throw water at it? Do you cover it? Like these are important technical skills that you need to understand.
And the other thing that I'm noticing on this blueprint is you're actually taking into consideration not just those of us that can eat dairy and wheat, but like you're calling out some other corner case scenarios that I think we're actually finding more and more, which is around dietary restrictions. So like my son has a ton of dietary restrictions, and so baking for us is a little bit of a challenge. And, I would have found this certification incredibly helpful as I was trying to figure out how to make them cupcakes.
There's also a hands-on requirement. So as part of the CCST, we actually want to see you implement and apply all of those skills in the kitchen. So we're looking at the final product on how, you're creating that final sourdough loaf, for instance. What's the ratio and everything that we taught you through the course, which by the way, there's going to be a learning path that we're releasing for free as part of this certification, you'll be able to do all of that as as before you successfully complete this certification.
Yeah, and I presume as part of the learning path, you'll provide like sourdough starters and some of the basic ingredients, flour, sugar.
Just like all of our learning path in Cisco, you'll get the labs, the labs and the hands-on.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Kareem, I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for people to get their hands dirty, but like in a fun sense. And and really tie it into what Cisco's great at, which is introducing people to new ways of doing things. So thank you for this. Thanks, Learning Certifications, for bringing this to our attention. And Snackers, thanks for joining us on another episode of Snack Minute.
Thank you, Snackers. Thanks, Matt.